Good afternoon and welcome back to the West Ham Network. This is your Hammers Headlines in association with our good friends over at Knees Up Motherbound, KUMB.com. Make sure you do go across there, check it out. No joke, no word of a lie. Please make sure you do go over there, KUMB.com, check out their fantastic content as per usual. Now, we are the West Ham Network. I'm Anton, and I'm going to bring you some of today's stories. There's a lot of stories to get through as per usual when it comes to West Ham. So without further ado, I may as well get started on the first story for today, and it is related to this man here, Ben Johnson. Now, claims in the mainstream media are saying that he is in extremely high demand this summer because he will be a free agent if he does not sign a new contract with West Ham. So the world, in theory, is his oyster. Now, there is a different valuation between West Ham and Aston Villa. And Ben Johnson's agents, apparently they are potentially requesting upwards of £60,000 a week, but West Ham aren't willing to potentially go near that valuation. I think there needs to be some form of negotiation, but I think we need to move our situation when it comes to Ben Johnson for the age that he's at, for the position he's in, and I think he is worth it personally. And I know this is a big debate. It's a really good debate to have, but when you're hearing of other clubs like Aston Villa, Tottenham, Wolves, Everton sniffing around Ben Johnson, you can honestly envisage him leaving the club and actually going on to make a very good career for himself. The difference between him as a young player playing for West Ham in comparison to the younger players that have left West Ham is he's got a long career already, history of playing in Premier League football and in European football. So he's got the pedigree. Now, Emery is showing apparently a keen interest in bringing him in to Aston Villa. And why would he not look at that situation, especially if they do qualify for Europe for the second season on the run or potentially the Champions League, which is what's looking quite likely for them. Now, if he doesn't sign a new contract with us, Ben Johnson is free to leave West Ham this summer when his contract does expire. So he'll be free to sign for a new club in literally a few months' time. And he is only 24 years old, and he probably will be dissatisfied at the contract offer that West Ham have given him. And I hear some fans saying, let's not pay him the money. What's the difference now between West Ham paying someone who's 24 years old, who could be in the prime of his career, the money that he's asking for within reason, than West Ham throwing money at players at the end of their careers that don't last? If you think about the money West Ham have paid to Yarmolenkos, to Chicharitos, to Sebastian Haller's, to Felipe Anderson's, to Vlasic's, but we're actually not protecting our own. And I do think he's got a long history ahead of himself, a long career ahead of himself, and a good solid Premier League career. Okay, 60 grand might not be worth it, but at least start to bring that closer to the valuation that he's looking for. And I fingers crossed West Ham do make the right decision and keep Ben Johnson in at West Ham. You let me know your thoughts as well when it comes to Ben Johnson. Now, a decision supposedly has been made with regards to Calvin Phillips. Now, it looks like West Ham have decided that they're not going to be taking him on a permanent deal. It's not been great, and we all know that. So that's me bringing to you something you do know about. Apparently, Leeds United are said to be exploring a loan move for Calvin Phillips to bring him back to Leeds if they do get promotion and secure promotion back to the Premier League. Apparently, they are sorting their finances out so they can make a loan offer and pay him 150k a week, which is what he would be getting. And they are exploring that option should they get back to the top flight. And that probably is where he needs to go. The club that, will put their arms around him. I really wish his opportunity at West Ham could have became better than what it has, but it's not. And it will be an interesting one for development. At the end there, you can see at the bottom, I've wrote fit. The other news coming out of that is that he could be fit in time for West Ham's game against Bayer Leverkusen, of course, missing the game against Fulham. Will he feature? I'm not so sure, because when it comes to this team decision, I'm actually really genuinely have no idea where David Moyes is going to go. But what we do know is potentially that this man could be fit and rearing to go for the second leg. Areola looks likely to be back for West Ham. Does David Moyes make the transition and put Areola back into lineup against Bayer Leverkusen? My decision is a yes. Why? He distributes the ball very quickly. No disrespect to Fabianski, who I thought performed really well for West Ham as of late. However, we do know Areola distributes the ball a lot quicker, and we're going to need that attack and prowess, and that has to come from the back. A very good goalkeeper as well. But I'm ready to throw him back into the mix, try and get us up to full strength as quickly as we possibly can, and try and take this game to Bayer Leverkusen. We've got nothing to lose, so we need to go at them within reason and try and get something from the game. And I think he helps from the back end. So again, like I said, put it in the comments and let me know your thoughts on that. So today's news: Ben Johnson sought after, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Everton, Tottenham, Aston Villa now entering the fray, potentially to sign Ben Johnson on a deal once his deal does expire in the summer, which is only a couple of months away. Calvin Phillips' decision made by West Ham that he will probably not sign in a long-term contract or a permanent contract with West Ham, as Leeds are trying to get their position solidified in the Premier League and making a loan offer to Man City to bring him back home to Ellen Road. He looks like he is also potentially going to be fit for the Bayer Leverkusen game. We'll see more tomorrow when we do an open training session alongside Areola. Fingers crossed he is back in amongst the sticks for West Ham. But like I said, go and check out Knees Up Mother Brown, KUMB.com. Thank you for watching, and of course, take it easy, everyone. Come on, you irons.